Hello, how's it going? Welcome to a brand new video. This is F1 Manager 2024. I'm Joe. If you're new around here, make sure you click that subscribe button for daily F1 Manager videos when the game drops on 23rd of July 2024. This is a special preview build that I have been very kindly invited to have a go at and have a look with you guys over for the next few days. Big thanks to Naomi at Navigate and Frontier for giving me the opportunity to play this. We are playing on the PC on Steam, but it will also be available on Steam, of course, on console with PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, and of course Nintendo Switch as well. We are going to be able to run 3 races on the new Creator Team career mode, and we're also going to be able to jump into the race replay mode as well. So hopefully you'll join me for a few episodes over the next few days as we gear ourselves up for the brand new game. And yeah, really looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are too. Make sure you leave a like if you do enjoy and get involved down in the comments section below. We will be having a look at a lot of the new features today, and I will sort of read through all of the stuff that Frontier have sent me that they want me to talk about in this video, essentially. But some of the new features, of course, Creator Team, so we will become the 11th team on the grid. We are going to be delving straight into that very, very shortly. Sponsorship management as well, so we're able to place those on different parts of the livery. There's a new mentality system for team principals to monitor. It's obviously affected by performance, and you know it will affect things like development and in your negotiations with other drivers. We've got dynamic team AI as well. Success will attract the envious eyes of competition. Rival teams will always have one eye on other talented drivers and members of staff in the paddock, so they can come and poach your drivers and staff at any point, potentially for the next season. And of course we have the driver affiliate system as well, so we're able to keep F2 and F3 drivers within our roster as a bit of a youth team, if you like, just to try and keep those drivers on our tabs and watch their development and get them into first practice and that sort of thing. Mechanical failures are now in the game. That can happen at any time. Obviously it's more likely to happen if you're using worn parts throughout a Grand Prix weekend, and you could have an engine failure, you could have an ARS failure, that sort of thing. You can now simulate races, so we'll probably delve into that at some point once we've done our first 3 races. We'll maybe dive into a new career and see what that looks like. And there are new camera angles as well. But without further ado, let's get ourselves straight into the action. We are going to be creating a team.
A new season and a new dawn as a brand new team lines up on the grid. That means an even harder challenge to secure that coveted championship silverware, as the on-track action is turned right up to 11. We're ready for excitement ahead as the teams return to the drawing board in the battle to end Red Bull's dominance. They'll need to balance their aspirations for high performance with the risk of pushing too far and inviting catastrophic failures out on the track. With many drivers on the last year of their contracts, team principals will need to ensure that they're kept in the right mindset across the whole season, as well as managing sponsor demands and protecting their most valuable assets from the prying eyes of their rivals. As a new competitor enters the fray, anything is possible. This is Formula One.
Okay, very good. Div Croft obviously introducing us there. Now, those of you that have been fans of F1 for quite a while will remember back in 2010 we had 3 brand new teams. We had Lotus F1, we had Virgin, and we had HRT, which were Hispania at the time. Now, there were other teams that were lined up to join that year, one of which being USF1, which was going to be the United States' first team where the car was built in America and all of that before Haas. And since then, I've always fancied seeing what would happen if we had a great British F1 team. So we are going to be going for GBF1, and we are going to be GBF1 Mercedes. We're going to go for the... I don't know what all of this is. Why is that? I don't know why that's flicking around so much. Can I just click that? Yep. I don't know why the 6 is appearing. There you go. But you can see all of the different legacies. So your story, live the definitive Formula 1 fantasy and create your own team, then lead them to glory as their team principal. Hungry newcomer. So Victorine Schultz is a maverick entrepreneur disrupting industries around the world. They have now turned their attention to Formula 1. And just like in business, they intend to win at all costs. Schultz chose you personally to take them to the top, but the owner's fame won't buy success. Even fighting for points will be a challenge at first, so be prepared for an uphill battle. Okay, so that's one possibility. It tells us our starting balance, it tells us the team rating 1 star, and it tells us what the powertrain is as well. Technical breakthrough. Flamepoint are a small engineering outfit, but their technical expertise is mighty. They're about to step into the world stage, having created an incredible car through their innovative technology. But with limited budget and no reputation, it's down to you to answer the age-old question. Is technical brilliance enough to snatch victory from the titans of Formula 1? Okay. Phoenix was a dominant force in other categories of motorsport, but disappeared from the public eyes a few years ago. Now they're back and intend to claim the ultimate prize of victory in Formula 1. They have access to a well-developed HQ, but despite their impressive legacy, they are struggling to get to grips with F1's technical regulations. The board trusts you. Okay. By the way, the last one we had £10 million budget and a Mercedes powertrain. This one here, we've got Renault, £20 million budget, team rating 2.5 stars. Meteor Materials is a conglomerate of several huge resource companies previously partnering with multiple teams within the other motorsports. Now they're taking centre stage with a plan to cement themselves as a true industry titan. They have contacts, money and infrastructure, and they expect you to lead them to a spectacular debut in Formula 1 and a fittingly meteoric rise to the top. So the 2.5 star team, £50 million budget, and Ferrari are the powertrain. Or we've got automotive legacy. So Saseda is a name synonymous with luxury and power of the automotive world, but they intend to be synonymous with the dominance in Formula 1 as well. The board has selected you as the person to spearhead their entry into the sport, and they expect solid midfield results initially, but this ambitious brand has speed in its DNA, and they want you to show the world what their cars can truly do. Okay. And it's a Honda engine as well. Now, this one here, I mean, that's with Ferrari. I guess we have to go with the one that is Mercedes, don't we? We have to go with Flamepoint. Unless I get rid of the Mercedes bit, but I really did want to... I did want to be with Mercedes. GBF1. But I quite like the Your Story one. You know, 30 million, team rating nothing. You can freely choose the quality of your cars. Okay, so that's just you live the... Ah, right, okay. These are more... Well, I think we should start from the very bottom in our very first career mode. So let's go with that. Next step, team setup. So you can choose our starting balance. Yeah, I don't know what all this is about. I don't know why that's doing that. There's no real reason for it. Yeah, 2 million is not enough. Let's start with 15 million, but we will start with really poor facilities. Yeah, that all looks good to me. Oh dear. I'll see if I can sort this out. Okay, so I seem to have fixed it. I just restarted the game. No idea what was going on there. But yes, we are going to go with £15 million initial budget. Facilities, we're going to start at 1. And we're going to basically keep everything as basic as we can. No facility can start. Yeah, I don't think anything can start below that. Staff facilities, boardroom. Kind of, yeah. We're going to start at the absolute bottom and see where this car can go. Adjust the start and perform. So we'll start it at 0, essentially. And now let's go into team members. So for our drivers, it does just look like we've got a free sort of pick of who we can go for, but maybe there's only certain ones we are allowed here. So, I mean, I'm seeing Nico Hülkenberg, my favourite driver in Formula 1 already. Yuki Tsunoda there as well. Lance Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo. So I'm thinking Nico Hülkenberg in car 1. Who can I have in car 2? I'm going to have Danny Rick. I mean, they're my 2 favourite drivers in F1. I think I have to go for that. Elder Statesman, very, very experienced, still very fast. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. Of course, former teammates at Renault, Nico Hülkenberg and Daniel Ricciardo. But you can change the ratings of all the drives. So maybe, yeah, maybe we should start a little bit lower. So maybe the second driver will go for a 1-star rated. And who could we have in there? So we got Ollie Behrman, for instance. We could go for somebody like a Mick Schumacher. It would be nice to have a British driver in there. Got Sophia Flörsch in there. We could go for Ollie Behrman. I think he will be a very popular pick for people. Obviously Sargent in there. Liam Lawson, of course. Again, will be a very, very popular pick. Stoffel Van Dorn might be quite a popular one. Mick Schumacher. Kind of tempted by Mick Schumacher. He's 77 rated. What's Ollie Behrman rated? 74. You know what? I'm going to go Ollie Behrman. That looks good to me. Alright, let's go back. And then our staff. Let's... You know what? Why don't we go as bad as we can? So we're going to go Matt Harmon. Then head of dynamics, we're going to go Adam Kenyon. And for sporting director, who are we going to go for? Who's the worst? Johan van der Ven. And then our race engineers. Yeah, we're going to go for Antoine Voyer. And then Miguel Fabra. That looks good to me. Okay, cool. Right, so there's our team set up beautifully. And you can randomise all of this as well, which is quite nice. But we've got Nico Hülkenberg and Ollie Behrman as our drivers. Powertrain, there we go. So we can go selector. So if I go all the way back, I can call it GBF1 Mercedes, which is what I wanted it to be. I'm hoping that all of this is still set up the way that I wanted it to be. Yep. So Mercedes there, right, next step. And now we're into the sort of development phase of the livery and all of that. So there are some preset ones that you can pick, including some of the sort of inspired olden day ones as well. I'd like... Ooh, that looks pretty promising. That looks like Toyota. Ooh, Braun GP there. Oh, that's a very nice one, isn't it? I kind of want sort of a British flag looking one, but I'm quite into this one, to be honest with you. This looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm tempted with that for our first season, or just while we're getting used to this. But can we then edit that? Yeah, apply changes. But you can do a new one. So if I go into new... Okay, I mean, there's so many different options here, isn't there? So, You can see all of the different layouts that we could go for. Kind of tempted by... And by the way, this first episode is just going to be me absolutely having a look at it and just having some fun. You know, we are going to record as long as it takes, really. I quite like those tyres. They look cool. Right, let's see if we can do some colours then. So I really want red, white and blue. So we've got the black part of the car. Let's go saturation there. Yeah. Okay, so there's red. What can this be? So that could be white, couldn't it? And then this bit, sort of a royal blue. Yeah, that's not really what I was hoping for, to be honest. So we can go for gloss, satin, carbon fibre. Yeah, we don't want that. Go for matte. Okay. Yeah, we don't want gradient. That's fine. Ah, hang on. So that was... Yeah, right. Might have to go for the Braun GP. I mean, do we go... Maybe we want this colour to be blue. Just sort of scale that back. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice blue. And then make that completely white. How does that look? Does that look like a British flag? It doesn't really, does it? To be honest, right? How can I do? It looks more like an American flag, doesn't it? How can I do this any better? I mean, is there a better layout? Okay, so now I've got the colours in. It's starting to look like an old style Toro Rosso there. What about this one? That looks better. But again, it's looking quite Toro Rosso-esque, isn't it? What about this one? Yeah, again, it's looking more like the American flag than the British flag. Yeah, maybe we'll come up with something for the full release. But I think you will. Ooh, I think you will be able to. Oh, what about the pin? Oh, that's pretty awesome, actually. I quite like that, you know. Maybe if the front of the car is red, so let's change this around. So we want that one to be red. We want that to be white. And we want the back of the car to be blue. I quite like that. I think this looks awesome, actually. You guys probably really disagree. However, fortunately for me, you do not get a say in this. Red, white... Oh, now it looks like France. Now it looks like France. Oh, dear. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for now. We'll save that there. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, if I go into presets and saved, I've got that one there waiting for us. So that's what we're going to go for. I quite like that car. I think that looks okay. Right, now what am I doing? Going back. I can do the driver suits. So let's have a look at the presets. So there's lots of nice presets there, isn't there? You got the old Ferrari style there. What I really like is that they've sort of done it as a bit of a homage to some of the old classic suits. I really like this one though. I think that's going to be our driver suit. That looks really good. Okay, go back. And next we got our logo. So let's see if we've got any sort of British flag type logo. Not really. Not really. But I'm sure you'll be able to download some of these off the workshop and all of that. You can just go for new. Yeah, I mean, how do you even... What do you even do here? So if I add in... So abstract animal, Formula 1 font. Okay. I mean, this, honestly, the possibilities are going to be endless with this. They really are. Right, I'm thinking something like that. No, hang on. They're missing an undo button. Yeah, something like that, right? Confirm that. And then let's make it royal blue in the background. I can. That's fine. That's okay. Right. Now, can I add anything onto that? Okay, so move layer down. So I want to delete that layer. So now I can add a new layer in. And if I go into font, put G there, and confirm that. Okay, right, I might go ahead and have a play with this, and then I'll see you guys in a second. Quite honestly, you could spend hours on that. You really could. I think that looks pretty good though. I'm quite happy with that. So we will confirm that one. That all looks good. Okay. So that is going to be our logo. Okay, the GBF1 logo there. We're going to save that as a logo. And then we're going to head back and we are going to use that. There you go. I think that's pretty cool. Right. Apply that, and honestly, you could spend hours and hours doing all of this, but alas, we do not have hours and hours, so we are going to just stick with that. Next step, team principal. So, of course, we are Captain Goodspeed. Experience, we are going to be an experience manager. Car development, obviously we can have that on hard, easy. I think we want it on the hardest absolute settings. That will give us the true glory if we end up getting some points in the first race. Now, we might not. We might end up being embarrassed in the very first race. But here we go. We are now in F1 Manager 2024. There's GBF1 Mercedes. Very happy with that. It all looks very nice and clean here. Heading into this, you can see we're down there. Okay. Very good. Okay. Nice. And we can see the F2 Championship, the F3 Championship, of course. And this all looks a little bit more simplified down in the bottom corner. Let's have a little look at the car. So we've got £15 million to spend. We probably want to get some developments off and running straight away if we can. So let's go for underfloor. Underfloor always seemed to be where it was at. Now we have got 6.9 MAU hours for CFD simulation. And then for the wind tunnel, we've got 92 hours. So we're gonna stick quite a bit into this first upgrade. That looks good to me. Right, let's head to the next screen. We're going to go for some drag reduction there. And we want to maybe add a little bit more onto the lifespan, which is going to give us a little bit of extra weight, but because we're going to struggle for money, that seems to make sense. Now, obviously I am playing on PC, so there might be little bits of lag and that sort of thing, just because my PC isn't the best anymore, unfortunately. That is going to be completed in 24 days' time, so we will have that ready for probably the third race of the season. Let's head back into design then. Let's do a front wing as well. And develop that. That is fine. Tyre preservation is going to go down. So we need to focus on tyre preservation a little bit there. And probably want to focus on the low speed corners. A bit of mechanical grip there. And that is fine. That will be completed in 37 days. Goodness me, that is going to take a while. So we've got those two in the pipeline. Team branding. Okay, so you can change all of that. That's really good. So you can change your livery as much as you want. There's our warehouse. Fine. Okay, there's our drivers. They're not very happy at the minute. Pit crew are training. 12 days left. You can see that they're already unbalanced. Okay. This first race is going to go awfully, isn't it? Well, we've got good drivers. That is, at the very least, a good thing, isn't it? Right. There's the finances. All fine. Right. Let's head to the inbox then. So, Livia Irvin. First day. Welcome to GBF1 Mercedes. It's very exciting to have you on board. Cool. Right, so we've got sponsor negotiation coming up in 6 days. So let's just continue on then. And this is all coming after our pre-season testing. So welcome to the 2024 season. It's the start of a brand new season. After a long winter break, we're all eager to find out who will triumph this season. Okay, all of that is fine. Right, so here we go then. We have got some sponsorship. So we've got a 3-star sponsorship, a 2-star sponsorship, and a 1-star. So let's have a little look at on the right-hand side of what we've got. So we've got performance reliance moderate for that one, low for that one, moderate for that one. So it's looking like this one is looking nice. So upfront £12 million. Potential funding for engagement 17 million, and race day 16 million. Miriam coin 2.5 upfront, 23.6 for engagement. What about this one? 16 million upfront, 9 million engagement, 13 on race day. I'm quite happy with this one. Let's go for that one. And now we get to choose 5 optional sponsors. So we've got Rakar. I think we've already got that on our race suits, so we might go for that one. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good. So 18.5 million. So that's going to be up to a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So it's showing me what will be added. I want to keep the performance ratings pretty low. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Everything else... yeah, looks... I mean, what about this one? Yeah, we'll go for that one as well. Yeah, that is fine. So we'll just confirm those for now. So we're going to get £53.9 million of funding from our sponsor. Upfront 24 million, engagement 12 million, race day 17, performance reliance at low, preference staff activity. You'll be able to change your chosen sponsors next season. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that for now. If we go on to our car livery, we can now do some decals. So if we head into that, Where can I now add the decals in? Is that decals? That's paint. Is it on new? Not entirely sure. Hang on. Discard the changes. How do I do the decals? What's this? That's the randomize button, isn't it? So if I go on to edit, yeah, the decals are there. So I can do that on the race suit. Oh wow. Yeah, they're all there. That's good. Okay, so on the sleeves. So I can I add in the other logos? Yeah, okay. So I can add in any ones that I want, but you know, if you wanted to keep it, if you want to keep it realistic, then you'd probably want to, yeah, that looks good. You'd probably want to just keep the ones that you've actually signed up, but I'm quite happy with that at the moment. Yep. Apply that change. That looks good. Okay, head back. What? Why can't I just get out of here? Oh, right, apply. Okay, and exit edit as what you want to do. So why won't decals work on this? Oh, they will now. How bizarre. They weren't working before. I swear they weren't. Right, so on the front wing, doesn't look like we can do anything. A bit confused here. I don't really know why the decals aren't working. Let's get our sponsors on there. Yeah. Not entirely sure. No idea what's going on there. Yeah, you can hide the UI. You can have a look at the car. I think the car looks pretty clean anyway. We're just going to go without sponsors then for now. I'm wondering if that's a glitch. But yeah, let's continue on. I assume you can do that. Sponsor plan. So we can now look at engagement. So we definitely want to do some school events. That is part of our engagement. Very, very good. Scouts STEM tour. Again, that's going to be a little bit of education. Tour of schools. I am a teacher, by the way, full-time teacher, so that's why I'm doing stuff like that. School events, guided tours. Let's do some guided tours as well. We'll do a sponsor event with one of our affiliates. And we'll do a post-race debrief. That all looks good to me. Okay. Begin sponsor plan. Engagement target. So we've gone over target. That seems fine. We want to keep the sponsors happy, don't we? Right, let's continue on then towards the season start. I want to get into some gameplay for you guys. But here's our post-race or post-testing results. So 19th on top speed. Yeah, well, it's going to be very, very tough. We're going to have to really push it on strategy, aren't we? It does look like the window is ending for the aerodynamic testing, so we might as well get a couple of more car developments in there. We haven't got many engineers, so we can possibly do a rear wing. We'll put in as much CFD as we can. That looks good. And then half of that. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so next on to design focus. Everything is looking pretty good there. So I'm happy to just develop that. And we'll have one engineer working on that. That's going to be 1.8 million. Which we have got money now, so that's fine. We might look at expanding the engineering team a little bit. So let's go on to chassis. Let's upgrade all of that. Let's do that for wind tunnel as well. Yep, that all looks fine. Just need to be careful on the engine cooling there, so let's focus a little bit on that. Maybe a little bit less on... well, we probably want airflow a little bit higher. That all looks good to me. That's going to be ready in 33 days. Perfect. Okay. Right. Can I go in? I can go into staff. And then you can see the engineering team. I mean, we've got 10 of 6 at the moment. We shouldn't really have 10, but we have got 10. Let's head straight into race targets then. So for Nico Hülkenberg, we would like him to finish 18th or higher in the race. And for Ollie Behrman, let's go for 20th or higher. We will get a little reward if we manage to do that. So let's head ourselves into the race weekend.
F1 is back, ladies and gentlemen, and the grid is set to grow. A new season is upon us as Formula One returns to the Middle East, ready to kick things off here in Bahrain. But change is afoot. The paddock has grown, the grid extended. Yes, that's right. 11 teams, 22 drivers, and the hottest competition motorsport has to offer. Will beginner's luck play a part this weekend? There's a new driver at the wheel for Haas.
Oh yeah, of course.
Then, as the weekend gets underway.
I forgot, because we've took Nico Hülkenberg, of course, Haas have a new driver, so it'll be interesting to see who they've gone for. Now, in terms of practice, I'm thinking let's probably just simulate that for now, because we want to see the gameplay, we want to see qualifying, we want to see the race, and how that's changed. Now, as I say, because I'm playing on PC, it will be a little bit laggy. When we get to the full release, I will be playing on PS5, so it'll be beautiful, smooth gameplay, but obviously it's a preview build, and because my PC isn't absolutely top spec, it does lag a little bit this game. No idea why, but it does, and I had the same issue last year, which is why I switched over to the console version. Yeah, my PC's 4 years old now, so it's just a little bit old in its parts. This game does run beautifully smoothly if you run it on a decent system. So that's just my issues. That it is not laggy for you guys if you were to play it. But yeah, let's have a little look then. We are going to simulate all of practice, and we're just going to sort of let the guys run their own simulations, and we can see how our car is looking pace-wise.
Now it's time to see who'll come out on top as qualifying gets underway.
Drivers need to get into Q3 if they want to make the top half of the grid. With only 10 slots available, it's a fight nobody wants to lose.
Now, can we get ourselves into Q2?
For a minute, Karun. How's he going to be feeling as qualifying approaches?
The main thing on my mind was their speed in practice. They just weren't that fast. But was that down to the driver, the car, the team experimenting? We don't know, and we'll just have to see how they fare in qualifying.
So Alpine are going to be one of our absolute rivals, aren't they?
Only time will tell.
Alpine, Haas, Sauber probably are the three teams that we're going to be trying to compete with. But we can have a look at how we got on in practice. So well, Isaac Hadjar was in the Red Bull. Hülkenberg 16th. Wow. Okay. Oh, there you go. So Ritomo Miyata has taken over the Haas second driver position. Let's have a look at how we got on in Q or P2. So 20th and 21st, and P3. Let's see, 19th and 22nd. So it looks like we're not actually too far off that sort of Alpine, Sauber, Logan Sargent pace level. So I think we could do a decent job here. Obviously the car setup is not looking too clever, so we will try and edit that a little bit. Looks like you can Well, I was going to say it looks like you can edit things a little bit more subtly. That's not too bad, you know. You know what? I think that's a pretty good setup for Ms. Hulkenberg. Let's have a look here then. Yeah, that's. Oop. Yeah. As I say, I mean, I'm also very used to the console version as well now. You know, since I've been using it for the last year or so. So it's actually quite weird to come back to the PC version. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this. This is feeling really, really smooth, really good gameplay so far. They've definitely, you know, improved the look of things. It just looks cleaner. I really love this creator team mode, and I think you will be able to have such great role play in this sort of series, and I'm looking forward to sort of developing GBF1. Obviously, we're going to come up with our own story for full release. We're going to have full-on role play, full-on story mode to try and sort of build up what we're going to be trying to achieve. I'll obviously try and make a lovely livery and that sort of thing. But for now, you know, we're just having a little bit of fun with the game, a little bit of a play around with the new features. But mainly, we want to see what is that gameplay. Is the racing any better? Strategy, that sort of thing. So, we are going to be sending out Ollie Bearman and Nico Hulkenberg in qualifying session 1. And this is always my favourite part of the weekend. So, we are going to send Nico Hulkenberg on his first lap of the weekend. And noticing straight away that the team's overalls are different to the driver overalls. Don't know why that is.
Radio check.
Hey, are you?
Okay, so there's Voyer. And yeah, this is exciting. So we've got to get into the top 16 to get through into Q2. And we will take you on a lap of this Bahrain International Circuit. Again, team colours. Grey. I don't know if there was an option to change our team colours. But anyway, let's ride on board. So there are two different sort of broadcast modes. You've got the sort of helicam there as well. That's one of the new features. But let's have a little look then at Nico Hulkenberg and see what he can do on a lap of the Bahrain International Circuit. And obviously for full release as well, I'll get rid of my ugly mug so that you can see the full gameplay out there. Let's see what Nico Hulkenberg can do. He's obviously a very fast driver, certainly over one lap in qualifying. Let's try out these new cameras. So there's the sort of helipad or helicopter view. Just following one driver. Purple first sector, of course, but he's the first man through there. Well, let's see how he compares to his teammate once he gets there as well. Now it looks like Charles Leclerc has managed to go ahead of him. But yes, of course, you've got visor cam as well, returning for a second. Yeah, I do like visor cam. And you've got front wing cam there. Sort of the offset TV pod, rear wing camera, TV pod. And actually, you know, the gameplay really, really smooth at this point. So it might just be in the menus that my game's laggy. But yeah, this is beautifully smooth. Really, really smooth gameplay. But having a look at that, 27.8 first sector for Ollie Bearman, 41.7 middle sector there for Nico Hulkenberg. He's going to come round the final corner then. So Nico Hulkenberg, he's going to head up to the line for his first flying lap in a GBF1 Mercedes. That's a 133.0. Now then, what can Ollie Bearman do? He's coming down the back straight now, and he is going to be getting ready to fly over the line. Let's watch it from Ollie Behrman's perspective. He's coming up to the line now. Is he going to manage to go near his teammate? It's a 1:33.4, so he's about 0.4 of a second off his teammate, which is probably what you'd expect in his first Grand Prix. Okay. Very good. Right, let's head to this menu here. Alonso goes second. Sainz currently quickest. Love the little changes to the leaderboard, how they sort of fade up rather than just jump up. That is quite nice. We are probably going to need to bolt on another fresh set of boots. And I might send them straight out there now and try and get a little bit of a tour for Nico Hülkenberg. Pierre Gasly's just gone a little bit quicker. Zhou Guanyu has gone a little bit quicker there as well. So we might be qualifying slowest of everybody. I'm trying to build up that confidence. I think Nico Hülkenberg is a little bit too close to his teammate here.
Okay, as soon as you are ready, we can go.
So I might have to tell Ollie Behrman to get out of the way. That's exactly what we've done. So I'm going to slow him right down. Yeah, we're about 1/10 of a second off Zhou Guanyu here. Now, I don't know what Nico Hülkenberg's going to manage through the first sector. Is he going to be quicker? Yes, he is. So that is a bit of an improvement for Nico. We'll keep an eye on Behrman's times through the middle sector. Charles Leclerc quickest at the moment. Just as I say that, Max Verstappen is all the way at the top. Good lap from Yuki Tsunoda there. P5 for him at the moment. Hamilton P6. Still waiting for a few of the guys to get done, but the new Haas driver has gone behind Nico Hülkenberg. So we'll see. I mean, whether we can get into 16th or not, I don't know. I mean, Sargent's gone a little bit quicker than Albon. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to usurp Sargent. Now here comes Nico Hülkenberg. Is it a better time? It's not. It's actually a worse time overall.
P16 at the moment. Copy.
Now then, Ollie Behrman, what can you do? We're taking control of him. Now whether he'll have enough fuel or not, I don't know. I don't want him heading to carriage. Oh, it's a big lock up. Oh dear. Dear me. Right.
Oh my.
Well then. Let's get him in. Let's get him in. Right.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a shame, that. Yeah, we are going to have to come in and maybe even put on a third set of boots.
Pit lane.
Yeah. Let's go for a third set of boots. We're not going to get through to Q2 anyway. But Hülkenberg is quicker than Ocon. That is a good sign, I think. Looks like Ocon maybe didn't have the cleanest of laps. But yeah, we'll send them both out there again, right towards the end of the session, where there will hopefully be a little bit more grip on the track. Now, it does look like the AI are a bit more sensible. Now, some of them are in the pits, and yeah, let's go for Behrman there. And now Hülkenberg. Should be a distant tour, but nothing more. Yeah. So let's watch Ollie Behrman then this time. Let's see if he can do anything better than what he did last time. It's gonna be tricky for him to do any better than bottom spot, but let's have a little look at the timings. So we've obviously got Miata there, 27.7. I mean, we can be quicker than that. We're on brand new tyres as well, and this is the absolute best this track will be. So Ollie Behrman now coming through this first sector. And that was a pretty poor first sector, 27.9. Unfortunately there. 27.7 for Nico Hulkenberg. Right, let's zoom it forward here. Will Ollie Behrman get a nice little tour? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, Ocon has gone a little bit quicker. I don't think we've got that sort of pace in us. But here comes Ollie Behrman, then he is going to fly round. Then it's another yellow sector. It's a yellow sector there for Hulkenberg as well. So it looks like we're not going to do our best here. Ollie Behrman, he's going to come up to the line. Can he find any improvement at all? No, he can't. 33.9 for him. And Hulkenberg over the line to 33.3. So really disappointing that our first laps were the quickest, and it is 20th and 22nd in our first qualifying session. Not ideal. However, Nico Hulkenberg comfortably ahead of his teammate, just 0.3 off the back of Zhou Guanyu, which is probably about right. It's about where we expect the pace of the car to be. As we head forward to qualifying 3, it's Max Verstappen that is on pole position ahead of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Sergio Perez is 4th, Piastri is 5th, and Norris in 6th. Russell 7th with Hamilton 8th, Alonso 9th, and Tsunoda in P10. Okay, let's get ourselves into the race then.
Here in Sakir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1, like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap.
Bahrain is known for high tyre degradation, as the asphalt here is so abrasive. The drivers are facing many low to medium speed corners, and any heavy braking will inevitably take its toll on the tyres. The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
There he is, Nico Hulkenberg ready to head on to the grid. So we are on a Saturday this year, of course. Now then, they are suggesting that we are aggressive in the first stint on those medium tyres. So I'll go medium, medium, and then softs at the end. What about medium, soft, soft? How does that look? Yeah, I mean, that does seem to be the quickest way to do it. I think possibly try something a little bit different with Oliver Behrman. How about we went hards first of all, and a little bit longer into the race to allow us to be aggressive on those second stints. Now, oh dear, we don't want to do that. Yeah. No, that's not what you want. That's not what you want. Yeah. Maybe we go soft, soft, medium. Could we go aggressive on the mediums at the end? I think we could. Let's go with that then. For Ollie Behrman. 2 soft tyre runs, and then we'll see what he fancies come the end of the race. So let's start it there. Oh, we need to change the driver options, don't we? So we're going to be aggressive with Nico Hülkenberg at the start. We're going to have our ERS deployment on. And we will see if we are able to make any inroads. Let's get into it then. Let's manage the session and see how this race goes. Obviously, you know, if there's lots of retirements, we could well find ourselves in the points, but it's going to be a long one.
Well, they certainly appear calm and composed heading into this race.
There's no hiding from the fact that this is going to be a difficult one. P22 and a strong field that won't want to yield.
And it looks like we're good to go.
Okay, here we go then. We are ready for the lights.
This is it. 22 cars on the grid. And it's
Lights out, away we go then. And Max Verstappen off to a very good start ahead of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Is there going to be any action as we head towards turn one? The two Ferraris are side by side. Is there any crashes, anything like that? Doesn't look like it. As Lewis Hamilton is fighting it out hammer and tongs with Fernando Alonso. Let's have a look at our drivers, and it looks like we've got safely through that first corner. Right, Nico Hülkenberg, he is going to be high on overtake aggression.
We need to pass.
Copy.
And we are going to keep an eye on Nico Hülkenberg as we go through these first couple of laps in this Grand Prix. So straight away, trying to get towards the back of Miyato. Now, whether we can overtake him or not is another thing entirely. Now, we could, yeah, battle assist is on automatically, which is good. And of course, DRS gets enabled after one lap in Formula 1 of 2024. Let's have a little look at the different strategies that the teams have gone for. So, yeah, Nico Hülkenberg, one of the few out there on medium tyres. Now, what I am hoping is that Nico Hülkenberg is able to sort of drag Ollie Bearman along with him. So we've got Zhou Guanyu and then Miata as well. Just a little bit ahead of him. Now Zhou Guanyu has dropped out of the 1 second window, so this is a big opportunity for us here. With DRS, can we get our first overtake? He's going to head down the inside, and that's a very good move from Nico Hülkenberg, and he is through on Zhou Guanyu.
Yep, copy.
And he has DRS once again. And then Ollie Bearman, are you going to be able to do the same on Joe here? He's already having a little look here. Well, yeah, that was a little bit of an aggressive move.
Copy.
Now, can Hülkenberg get more than a second ahead? That's the key, isn't it? Is that if Hülkenberg gets a second ahead of Zhou Guanyu, then we're not going to have any nonsense of DRS and back and forth and all of that. You can see straight away that Ollie Bearman is starting to get close now to the back of Zhou Guanyu. And that's good. That's exactly what we want. But at the moment, we've got Carlos Sainz leading the race. Verstappen second, Perez third, with Leclerc in fourth, Piastri fifth, and then Norris in sixth. Russell seventh and Hamilton eighth, but lots of overtaking happening across the field. Right then.
Yeah.
ERS battery empty for Nico Hülkenberg. Bearman using DRS. Can he stay with Zhou Guanyu? It looks like our DRS isn't working particularly well. Is he going to have it again here? I don't think so. Okay, so I think Joe is going to get past Hulkenberg very, very quickly here. But yeah, we're the back three at the moment. There's obviously been no retirement so far. Hulkenberg doing well to stay in front of Zhou Guanyu, but he is going to struggle to stay there. Now, Zhou is on the soft tyres, so the performance will come to him fairly soon, you would think. All right, let's have a little look at this replay then. And that is Zhou Guanyu. And he's going to go round the outside here. Good move from Zhou there. Right, let's zoom it forward a little bit. Hopefully Nico can stay with Zhou. Might even be able to get back past him. Let's have a little look at tyres. Yeah, so our tyres are in the best shape of anybody out there, which is good. Let's push the engine a little bit. We have got yellow flags out there. Does somebody have a lock-up? Yeah, Mayata had a lock-up. Yeah, I think Haas are looking pretty good. I mean, Mayata's not a great driver, but you know, he's staying well ahead of us at the moment. Right, let's have a look at the interval. So we're staying within 2 seconds of Zhou Guanyu right now. I'm thinking, well, let's go back to standard. Can we turn this into a one-stop race for Nico Hulkenberg? Or is that just going to be a really slow way of doing things? So those are the questions that we're asking at this stage. I'm going to zoom it forward a little bit. Right, okay, so we've got Bottas into the pits. So starting some action. I'm going to go a little bit more aggressive with Hulkenberg now. Try and extract a bit of the performance from these tyres that we have got. We've got that tyre offset. Yeah, Miata into the pits. So Ollie Behrman. Yeah, he's going to stay standard for now. But here we go, Hulkenberg up to 15th at the moment. Obviously not on merit, but he's managing to hold his own out there. Now then, can he stay in front of Valtteri Bottas? It's not like Bottas is just going to sail back past him. Ooh, yeah, we don't want to be too aggressive and lose time. It's not really our race. So Bottas is going to make his way through.
And what's that?
I'm thinking let's change up the strategy and let's get Ollie Behrman onto the hard tyres. Let's see if we can do it on the next lap. See what Behrman can do. That's pretty good. Behrman fighting it out there with Logan Sargent. And hopefully, you know, by the end of the season, once we've got some upgrades on the car, hopefully that will be a team. Oh, what has happened there? Well, that's rather annoying because we said to go for 2 laps because we were hoping that he would
Yeah, copy.
have some extra pace there. Right. Now then, when is Hulkenberg coming in? He is coming in on lap 19. So let's zoom it forward a little bit. I think the end of this race is going to be really interesting. Looks like the tyre offset is quite big. So if we can have some really good tyres towards the end of the race, then maybe we can do something. But here we go, first pit stop of the series. It's going to be Ollie Behrman coming in.
I'm struggling to keep up with this pace.
And let's see what we can pull off here. So Ollie Behrman is going to float into the pit box. That's not a bad pit stop. 2.8 seconds. We will settle for that. Right, so Ollie Behrman now in a bit of free air. He's going to be lapped by the leaders here. And we'll see what his pace is on that hard tyre. But he's going to be looking after that for a reasonable amount of time.
You ready?
Okay, so
Oh dear, that's not a good stop.
Sainz has had a pit stop issue there. Right, when is Hulkenberg coming in? Right, he's coming in next lap, so I'm gonna go absolutely pedal to the metal.
We push the speed.
I'm gonna pop on another medium tyre. Now, how is Behrman's pace? 142s. So he's doing better than Hulkenberg, but he's struggling compared to most guys out there. Right, here we go then. Oh, it's side by side.
Yep.
Oh, that could have been a bit better. Right, here we go then with Nico Hulkenberg into the pits now. Is he going to come out ahead of his teammate? So this is going to be a big sign of whether undercuts are a thing in this game. So 2.9 second pit stop, and yep, Hulkenberg is away. Nicely done. Right. Got to get those tyres up to temperature now. And got to be prepared here to play the waiting game. We are somehow a pit stop behind Zhou Guanyu. Now, I can only assume that they're just on very, very different strategies today. Of course, Hulkenberg is going to be on those soft tyres come the end of the race. Ollie Behrman was on the softs right at the start of this race. Now, let's see what sort of times Hulkenberg can put in. His tyres are up to a good temperature now. Okay, so we've got Verstappen ahead of Norris and Piastri at the front. Sainz in 4th with Leclerc in 5th. Perez is 6th with Hamilton 7th. And George Russell in 8th. Tsunoda is, was 9th. He's just come into the pit lane. Let's zoom it forward a little bit and see what Nico Hulkenberg can do. Yeah, he's going to struggle because he's having to let all these cars past. And that's really not good. That is slowing him right down. And yeah, you can see Miata has come out a decent way ahead. That's just unfortunate due to the timing of the traffic coming through. Now, obviously, all of that traffic has to come through my yard as well. Now, how's Bahrain doing in terms of times? Let's have a look. So, Hulkenberg did a 46, so it's a 42.0 and a 41.6 from Bahrain that time. So maybe the hard tyres are perhaps the way to go. See what they do on their next lap. So Hulkenberg's going to come round now. What's this going to be? It's a 141.4. And Bahrain comes over the line of 43.2. So, yeah, because he's had to let Hamilton through. So 41.4. I mean, that's not really comparable to anybody, is it? So we are really struggling in terms of race pace, which isn't surprising. It is our first ever race. I was hoping, though, that we might be able to compete with the likes of Miata in the Haas car. But it just doesn't seem to be happening for us. Now we are about 10 seconds behind, and yeah, obviously we're getting lapped much sooner than the rest of the gang there, and that's a bit of an issue. Let's have a look at tyres then. Yeah, I think they're all going to struggle on tyres for the rest of the race. Maybe they're on 3-stoppers. Because we're not even at half distance yet. So let's just be patient. Let's see what happens. The problem is we're gonna end up getting lapped by probably everybody up to 15th here. There comes Ricciardo. Yeah, we're already 25 seconds behind. Pit stop behind all of those guys now. And they're just losing second after seconds. Yeah. So it's a strange situation that we're in. That is for sure. But yeah, I think let's persist with it. Let's persist. So lap 40 is when we're coming in. Now, Ollie Bahrain should probably be able to get to about lap 45, I would imagine. But yeah, I'm a little bit bemused by our lack of pace here. So there's Miata. He's come out just in front of us, but he's done 2 pit stops. Or 3 pit stops he's done now, and he's still ahead of us. So that's his 3rd pit stop of the race. He's gone on to medium tyres. Yeah, this is just truly bizarre. How are we quite this slow? Yeah, right, okay. Maybe we need to be a bit more aggressive then. Let's push ahead of the pit stop. Let's see if we can whittle down this time a little bit to Zhou Guan Yu. And of course, we're coming in and putting on the soft tyres. Coming in lap 40. So I'm going to be putting on soft tyres. I think Bahrain can come in and probably put on the medium tyres now until the end of the race.
Not gone right in the pits.
Oh no, a 7.9 second pit stop. Let's have a look at that.
Position.
And it's the rear right tyre. Not quite good enough there. Okay, and Bahrain can be aggressive until the end of this race. Right, so Hulkenberg is gaining a little bit of time on those guys, but not a whole load.
Yeah, sorry.
Bahrain ran wide. Pity. Let's have a little look. How wide was it?
Watching the action closely here, and that won't help their chances.
Not too wide.
Really,
That's
they
okay.
must be careful.
That's okay. So Hulkenberg now. What sort of lap times is he doing? So 1:37.6, which is quicker than Zhou Guanyu. It's a lot quicker than the likes of Miyato and Gasly. Well, the problem is we're 30 seconds down. Oh, we've got a crash, I think. Now then, that could change things. Let's have a little look. So, crash mechanics in F1 Manager 2024 then. It's Pierre Gasly and the Haas car behind. And wow, they just go straight into the back of him.
There's a big shot ahead.
Now, are either of them out of the race? I don't think they are. No. Who's Gasly and Miyato? So that will help us, I think. Miyata's got a 5-second penalty. Surely he's going to be slow. Are we going to be able to find our way past him? Where's Behrman? Behrman's a long way down, isn't he? And what sort of lap times he's putting in? A 38.6 last time out. So those two are in the pit lane. They've come out ahead. So 3.5 seconds is the gap. Got 12 laps to go. Oh, Hulkenberg. Whoa, hang on a minute. Hulkenberg is within a second now. So here we go. Come on. Come on, Nico Hulkenberg. Let's get ourselves past Miata here. He's got a damaged car.
You do your best.
And what tyre is he on? He's on hard tyres, so this really should be an opportunity for us to get past. So we're going to deploy our ERS. And yep, I think we are going to be able to get past here, and it'll be P20 for Nico Hulkenberg. And I think that's, good, finishing ahead of somebody. So here we go then. He's going to head down the inside. And he is through. Brilliant move from Nico. And that is what we're talking about. And now using that ERS to pull away. Now where's Ollie Behrman? Oh, he's a long way back. He's 47 seconds behind. I mean, Hulkenberg's might get up to the back of his teammate and lap him by the end of the race. Alright, let's give him a little bit of a push on engine mode there. So 8 seconds is the gap between Hulkenberg and Pierre Gasly. But I don't think Hulkenberg will catch him by the end of this race. But he is quicker than Miyato, which is good. That's what we like to see, like to hear. Yeah, let's push on now. Annoyingly, Miata might well repass us here. Please don't. I was quite enjoying being ahead of somebody in this race. Hey, there you go. So Piastri's helped us out there, but then we've been right back into the clutches of Miata. We've got yellow flags out there. Thankfully, it's a Miata lockup. So now that should be Nico Hulkenberg finishing ahead of him, which is what we want, isn't it? Oh, it's been a disaster, hasn't it, this first race? But we knew it would be. It's on the harder settings. It can only go up from here. It can only go up. I think. It can't get worse than this. And once we've got some developments on the car, once we've invested a little bit in the car, we'll have that potential. I'll tell you what, Hulkenberg is catching Pierre Gasly here. Now what? Yeah, Pierre Gasly's tyres have dropped right off here. This might be an opportunity. We're gonna push a little bit more. We're gonna use our overtake. Because we're lapped by 2, I think we'll be okay just really pushing the engine. We're going to just keep it on that for now on Behrman as well. So 2.2 seconds is now the gap. So Hulkenberg is catching, which is exactly what we wanted to do in this race. And it is amazing. We are going to finish, about 8 seconds behind Zhou Guanyu here. And look at the tyres. I mean, the tyres are pretty awful from everybody. So, where are we now? Let's just zoom this forward. We've got 3 laps to go. You can see Gasly is getting bigger on our picture right now. So, 2.2 seconds. Can we pass him for the end of this race and get up into 19th place, which I think would be a pretty decent achievement. I know it's only because Gasly and Miata had a crash, but to finish only 7 seconds behind Zhou Guanyu, I think would be a bit of an achievement. But you can see lots of people have pitted 3 times in this race. It didn't look like a viable strategy, really. But yeah, here we go then. So, got 2 laps to go here. And we are closing in on that 1 second gap. And there we are. We are now within 1 second. We are going to go pure attack now. And we got to try and overtake him right here, right now. So here we go. Final lap of the race, and it's Lando Norris that is leading on the final lap of this race, but Leclerc has just taken the lead back off him. Now then, how's Behrman doing? I mean, he's about a minute down, so that he's not had a good time of it out there. You could say his strategy hasn't been great. But Hulkenberg, he is ready to rock and roll here. Let's keep an eye on this. So here we go then. Hulkenberg is going to have DRS on this next straight. Is he going to be able to pass Pierre Gasly? DRS is open and we now pull to the inside. And here we go then. Nico Hulkenberg is going to go down the inside of Pierre Gasly, and he is up into 19th place on the final lap of this race. Very good performance there. And Gasly, you can see, is well behind. Despite the DRS, he's going to have one chance. Is Pierre Gasly. Let's switch our attention to the front of the race. It's Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris are fighting it out now. All the way to the checkered flag. It's going to be Charles Leclerc that wins here in Bahrain for the first race of F1 Manager 2024. He goes over the line, finishes in first, Norris second, Sainz is going to finish third. Now then, let's head to the battle with Hulkenberg and Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly has got DRS. This is going to be really close. And Pierre Gasly goes down the inside. Oh no, he's got through. He's got through. No! Damn it. Right, okay, well, we're going to come with the ERS. Can we get ourselves close here? I don't think so. I think Nico Hulkenberg's race is run. Gasly is going to finish in 19th, and Hulkenberg is going to finish in 20th. That's a shame. But we gave it a good fight in the end, and as I say, finishing only 11 seconds behind Zhou Guanyu, I think that's okay. Obviously, we spent one less time through the pits. Maybe what we need to do next time is be more aggressive. Maybe that's what the AI are going to do. Maybe they're going to be more aggressive this year, and you need to use your tyres more and use them quicker, because we tried the old strategy of keeping your tyres fresh. It didn't work. We were a long way behind where we should be, particularly with Ollie Behrman. You know, he finished a minute behind Miata there. That wasn't a good opening race for him. Ocon, the last man over the line, in 16th place there.
Nico Hülkenberg with what can only be described as a disastrous outing.
It's been a very frustrating day for them, and they lead without any points. That's not the sort of performance we'd expect to see, really.
Out and onto the podium steps Charles Leclerc, the driver from Monaco, really deserving of that top 3 spot.
And that's win number 1 of the season, and it's sure to provide them with a real confidence boost.
So Ferrari looking quick in the game, McLaren looking quick in the game, Red Bull maybe not.
Kick things off in style here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
But yeah, bit of a disaster for us. Let's not be around the bush. The only reason we've even had a chance with Gasly was because him and
how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Miata had a crash.
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
Okay, fair enough.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
In the next round, we head to the shores of the Red Sea as Formula One returns to Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Right then, we are heading to the results screen now. Max Verstappen managed to finish 4th in the end, Piastri 5th, then Perez in 6th. Hamilton finishes 7th ahead of Alonso, Russell and Stroll. Down the order then, Nico Hülkenberg finishes just behind Pierre Gasly in the end, but what's quite worrying is our fastest lap time nowhere near really the likes of Pierre Gasly, who is a team and a driver that we should be trying to overtake in the very near future. And we are kicking off the season with a very disappointing 11th out of 11th there. And we were nowhere near fastest pit stop either. That's going to be a real challenge this season. But we will give it a go. We will give it a go. We didn't finish 18th or high. We should have went for 20th, shouldn't we? Tried to do that for Ollie Behrman. Didn't work out for us in our very first episode of F1 Manager 2024. Now, we've got 2 more races to improve in this sort of pre-build playthrough. I will also try a career mode with a real-life team so we can get a bit of a flavour of what it's like to be a fairly competitive team. You know, we might try McLaren or we might try something like Ferrari. You know, we'll just see how it goes. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought though of our very first look at F1 Manager 2024. Big thank you to Naomi and Navigate for giving me an early access copy. I know it's a very select few streamers and content creators that have been given the opportunity, so I am massively humbled. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to play this game early and get some videos out to you. I'm really excited for the next few days where we're going to be cranking out that content for you guys and giving you a look. Is there anything you want to see in particular as well? Obviously, this was a normal sort of episode with the little bits of livery stuff put in there, the team creation, but generally that is how one of my episodes go, and we take our time with it. We try and develop the car, and we'll see what happens as we go forward. But if you have enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. It'd be amazing if we could hit 100 likes for this first part. Subscribe to the channel for daily F1 Manager videos when the new game comes out, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.